Okay guys, big note. This video was recorded back in September. The audio is super old and might be super crusty, but I forgot this video existed. I was working on it. I edited some of the parts to it and I just completely forgot about this project. The reason why I decided to post this now instead of back then is that I started my new series, Infatuation of the Heart, on Instagram, and I thought, hey, this video is mostly talking about how I make OC stories, and I mostly focus on that series. So I thought it would be fitting just to kind of get a general overview of how I kind of made it come to be, I guess. I don't know. And I also decided to post this series here on YouTube Shorts. So yeah, you could just look at my YouTube page and go see it there on my YouTube Shorts. I'm planning just to post parts of this series to the Shorts page and nothing else. So yeah, if you want to enjoy that little series, you can. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. And also, I guess you could consider it kind of like as a gift to you guys, because like right now I have like 1,000 followers on all my platforms. Like I have 1,000 followers on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Instagram. So that's kind of crazy to think about. That's a huge milestone. So yeah, this is basically my gift, and I'm like a few months late depending on which platform. But who cares? It's new video content, and I hope you guys enjoy and don't mind how trusty the audio might be. But yeah, just a short warning. But yeah, okay. Bye guys, and enjoy. Hi guys, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed all the animatics that I posted recently. I don't know why. I've been in my animatic craze for like the past few weeks, and I really enjoyed it. Doing all the TikTok audios, there's so much fun. And I know like I have a comic and I should be working on it, but the thing is, it's like always enjoyed the process of making animatics. It's just that doing entire songs are so much work. So the fact that I'm now able to like do short like TikTok audios and like do shorter animatics and like still have that similar feeling completing a project. It's so much fun. But I know I need to get my priorities straight and work on my comic. But oh well. I recorded the speed paint of this drawing I did because I really liked it. I only got like 20 likes on Instagram, which I mean I'm thankful that like uh all my loyal followers and friends that usually follow that account liked it, because oh my god, without them it would have probably gone 0 likes. Like as much as I like TikTok audios as the next animatic artist, it's just like my normal posts don't get much likes anymore. And like I know I like explained that like I wanted to not post as much illustration content, but it's like you still want to post normal stuff now and again, and it's like, oh, like that 3 hours, oh, it doesn't matter. But I mean it's whatever, it'll be okay. Anyways, if you couldn't tell already, this is gonna be like a ranty sort of video. But side rant over. As you could tell from the title, this video is going to be talking about how I personally make my OC stories. So yeah, if you're down for that and didn't mind me wasting like the past 3 minutes talking, then I guess we're good. So yeah, let's talk about this. So yeah, I wanted to talk about creating a OC storyline. I have 3 ongoing series right now. My current one, Experiences with Entropy. My second newest one, Connect. And then my latest one, Infatuation of the Heart. To some, that may seem like a lot, and you're valid in that. And to others, probably not so much, which is also valid. But I mean, to those who are thinking that it is a lot and like how I create all these storylines, you might be wondering, how do you do it? Like, girl, like, what is going on? And this video is gonna be like talking about that. Concept. For a lot of artists, I feel like whenever making an OC story, they create a character design first, and then they can't stop drawing them until soon enough they have like gigantic lore. And that's like totally normal. I mean, that's what happened for me with Iwi, Experience with Entropy. I had drawn Toka as just like a fun, like, daylight savings drawing. And also a few days later, I designed Ray. She was based off of Frankie from Foster's Home for Imaginary Parents. Friends, not parents. I don't know if you see the resemblance, but the hair was supposed to be based off it. It's fine if you don't see it. But yeah, these character designs were always fun to make, but as for the story, that's what kept me engaged for like almost decade now. Okay, as much as I love drawing OCs as the next person, I can't just let them not have a backstory. But eventually, one faithful 7th grade dream, I had a dream where I died and no one noticed. Morbid, I know. Okay, so it was like my dead body was there, but even my teachers walked over it, not noticing. But like I was in Danny Phantom mode. You think this would traumatize me? It should have. It definitely should have. But I mean, I took it as inspiration for Ray's story, since she did have X eyes in her design when I first made her. So I connected her and my design for a time princess, and boom, now we have a story about a girl who has died and is lost in time, with no one in the current universe remembering her. Well, also, like, a time princess helps her. And oh yeah, they're both gay, because, I mean, of course they are. Like, what do you expect? I mean, okay, obviously, it is much deeper than that. You could see concepts are life changers in a story, though. When thinking about Iwi, I guess you could say that the plot is a concept, and I mean, you're right, but you don't just want to think about the plot. If you want to make a lore driven story, you must also think about the themes. So, themes. Themes are what topics you want to focus on and have the audience and or characters learn from. So, in my stories, I do often stick with rather dark themes such as abuse, heartbreak, betrayal, gaslighting, parasocial relationships, average things like that. Of course, your story doesn't have to have dark topics, but oh my god, I genuinely love it when something looks so simple and fun at the beginning turns into something like more intense later on. Because I don't want to spoil Iwi, I will now be using my developing project Infatuation of the Heart as an example. So, for the longest time, I want to make a story about a boy explorer story and relationship because, we're lacking that sort of representation. But I wanted to do it with a twist. I didn't know how I wanted that twist to work, but I wanted the main character to be kind of like a background character, if it makes any sense. Now, this is the fun part, and this is where inspiration comes in. Side note, spoilers for these shows and stories. But yeah, so in My Hero Academia, Deku is quirkless while everyone has superpowers. I want to do like something like that, except it stays that way. Then there was this YouTuber that I am very fond of. Her name is Narami? Narami. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but her main character has a best friend named Martin, and in one of her animations, it is revealed that Martin is the son of the big bad dude, and I thought it was a really cool twist, even though it probably is a common twist. I mean, I don't know. It stuck out to me. It helped me think about more I want to do with my story and what I wanted. I thought about the show Invincible and how Omni-Man was revealed to be the main villain slash murderer of the Guardians in the show by the end of episode 1. And after watching, I think you pronounce it Shafrillas, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, and Yorick Salad Bar's video on twist villains in Invincible, I just knew I wanted a twist like that. And have a twist where my main antagonist gets to be close to the main character, but also having time to shine as being the villain. A theme I was also always interested in was toxic love. I was very interested in the idea of yanderes. Admittedly, I had a yandere simulator phase, but I don't anymore. Please believe me, because oh my god, I loathe how much the trope was romanticized and how much we should want a happy ending for Ayano. Because what? She has a sad backstory? I like the idea of how she felt something was missing from her life and how she clings onto that feeling. It's an interesting motivation. But then Yandere Dev also added historical inaccuracies to mental illness in the mix, and I really don't agree with that. And also, how does that justify all the bad things she's doing just because of like all these things combined? It's really doesn't justify anything. And just like, oh my god, I literally hate it when stories redeem literal demon spots because of something tragic. It is never an excuse, and I hate stories that glorify it. What in the world are we learning from Yandere Simulator? Nothing. Alex is a bad storyteller and also a bad person in general. Something close to the game though is You on Netflix. I only ever watched season 1, but I did spoil myself purposely for season 2 and season 3. I watched episode 1 of season 4, but I haven't seen the rest, so take my words about the show with a grain of salt. Like Yandere Simulator, the main character is an obsessive stalker that idolizes his crush. Personally, I think it is better written than Yandere Simulator, although that's not really saying much. Personally, I think season 1 was very solid. I like how Joe was painted out to be very sick from the start, and how obviously we as the viewer should not side with Joe, as he's clearly the bad guy, but yet he has a charm that pulls us in. Not to root for him, but just seeing what he does next. He has complex morals, which I think also help him be built as a character. Like, he hates killing, and he throws up and is traumatized by it, which I think personally is very realistic and better than the stoic murderer type with no reaction. The show, in my opinion, should have ended with season 3 with Love killing Joe, though, as I think it would be very symbolic and be realistic, considering the amount of girls he is constantly involved with and the ability he has to be in love with all these girls in like a short amount of time, and actually has the ability to get caught and actually lose. Like, bro, I do not want plot armor, please. It undermines fights so much. Definitely not the best show. It has a lot of flaws, but it does spark interesting themes and concepts. Now I'm going to couple up a few more inspirations I have, that being Doki Doki Literature Club, Welcome Home, and The Promised Neverland. All of these are psychological horrors. I mean, so is You, but personally, I liked how it was done with these medias more. All of these feature an antagonist that is close and caring to the main character, but there's something just off with them. With DDLC and TBN, the antagonist actually cares for the protagonist, but the way they show it is sick and messes with the main character's head. Welcome Home, my current fixation right now, is still in development, but I love the interpretation of Wally being obsessed with the viewer and grasping all he can to reach us. Honestly, all the AUs helped me get more involved with my own series. But yeah, all of these shows specifically helped me set in stone the genre I wanted. Now for the execution of the genre. I found the idea of derealization and dystopia/utopias to be really cool and interesting. The Truman Show, was a huge influence, but TPN and Coraline were great influences as well. I love the idea of a perfect world, but the fact that something is too good to be true and that there's actually something sinister happening behind the scenes. With Truman specifically, I absolutely fell in love with how Truman slowly comes to the realization that everything is fake. He seems naive, but he logically puts things together bit by bit, and not right away. He has points where he doubts his suspicions instead of going forward, which, oh my god, in love with that. He is a true man. He is once again written very realistically, and I am all over it. Now, back to the subjects again. Am I really going to do superheroes? Nah. But I also have my fair share of demon angel fics. I like stories that twist these creatures into something more tangible and interesting while not being close to religion because it is so transformative in my opinion. One day in philosophy class, we watched a movie called Wings of Desire, which is about an angel with their own humane desires to see the world in color and emotion. And it shows that even the supernatural can be human in the simplest of ways. And I want to expand on that desire. With all these various inspirations in mind, it helped develop an OC storyline that I am genuinely interested in. I think about the concepts, the themes, and the genres I want to explore. I think about how I want the characters to be like and be portrayed as. As an end result, I have a story I know I will be into because it has all the elements I like mixed together enough to call my own story. Infatuation of the Heart. It is a story about a college student who is best friends with his guardian angel Kai. They live in the humble town Haven, and while Kai is Adam's guardian angel, he is also most notably the town's own superhero. He helps his town with troubles, and because of that, the town has been known to be very safeguarded. And since, well, Kai and Adam are best friends together in their private college, they are pretty popular. I mean, Adam has it all. A best friend that is literally an angelic hero. Two picture-perfect adoptive American parents, being well-respected and popular in school, having good grades. What more could he want? Though, as sophomore year of college approaches, Adam slowly considers transferring to a university outside of town, despite almost everyone in his 2-year college transferring to its partnered 4-year university in Haven. Dude has a fully paid scholarship, keep that in mind, but that's if he wants to stay home. Yet, he can't help it though. He wants to meet his biological parents and move on to something bigger beyond Kai and Haven. But once Adam learns the truth about his biological parents, Adam is forced to confront everything in his life isn't as it seems, and his reasons to leave are more dire than ever. But, of course, a certain angel will make that easy. So yeah, this whole video is just me literally ranting on how I created Infatuation of the Heart and all of its inspirations. There were a lot of factors going into it, and it took me years to figure out what I want to do. If I had to give any advice though, please do not rush the process. Let things come naturally to you, whether it's a dream, a fandom, etc. In order to truly love your story, you must not tire yourself on trying to think about it. It should be something you're passionate about and have fun with. So don't stress. I hope you guys enjoy this long video. I don't know when the next animatic is, and I don't know how I'll execute this story or when I'm going to update my main story with Experience with Entropy, or how I'm gonna figure out a full story with Connect. All I could say is that it will take time. And if you're willing to wait, then cool. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Oh, and make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I am more active on both than on YouTube, but also read my comic Experience with Entropy on Instagram and Webtoon. Okay, I'm done. This is a long video. Oh my god. Bye. Or see you whenever.